Hey my lovelies, and welcome back to Big Square Gaming. We are continuing on with Ship Graveyard Simulator 2. We are working our way through the Steamships DLCs. This is part 3 of the Zeppelin. Let's go. Let's run along here. And throw that in there. Alright. Something's blocking that. This piece. Why is this piece not moving? Oh no, maybe that? I mean, should be we worried about what's happening with the munitions? Like, are they being sold off to the highest bidder? Like, is this something we should be concerned about? Like...
बात नहीं मैं जल्द ही वहां आऊंगा.
Right. Is that part of the... that's part of the side, so that's fine, right? I have no idea at this point, guys. I'm just taking a guess at what's holding things together. Okay, what's here? That's cut already. This is not. I mean, look at that. There's still mountains of it to go, and I'm not even close to it in this end. It's like, I just feel like there's so much of this vessel. It's insane. I mean, at 4.5 hours so far with this, and I thought, oh, the steamships aren't going to be that big. It's going to be the majority of it's been done from the big ones that we already have in the floating cities. But no, apparently not. Apparently, I don't know what my brain is thinking. My brain should have known better, let's be honest. Piles of pew-pews. Oh look! More people went smoosh there. I think it's actually meant to be oil, but it's a warship. Things went smoosh. Okay, let's take some more of these out, shall we?
Hello, क्या हाल है? हम संपर्क में रहेंगे. कोई बात नहीं.
Can I get onto the ledge there? Yes, I can. Nice. Ledge is getting thinner. Alright. I'm in the process of trying to take some of this down. feel like if I can get some more of this down, if I can get this sort of start getting the top cleared, I think I'm going to feel like I'm making progress. Not really, but I might feel a bit like it.
Hello, क्या हाल है? मैं जल्द ही वहां आऊंगा.
Oh, so much stuff. I need to come back here and do a bit more back here. Oh, look, we've got a floating piece. A couple of floating pieces, look. Can't know much about them. Get these up.
क्या आपके पास कोई जहाज है? हम संपर्क में रहेंगे. कोई बात नहीं. हेलो, क्या हाल है? मैं जल्द ही वहां आऊंगा.
Let's get this B. This hangar B cleared. Presuming it's meant to be a hangar B. Could be a maintenance bay. Really want to get this piece out, but I think to get this piece out...
Hello.
Yeah, I need to get that piece out, which is going to be a pain in the backside. Okay. So let's look at how we do this side first, because I wanted this side free so that I can... Alright, what have we got? Nothing kinda going on. Toilets. Oh, we found that's like medical stuff. Medical bay maybe? And some bogs. And in there. Maintenance space with a bath. Okay, fair enough. It's like this is the medical wing. Should we be concerned that the aircraft carrier needs this much medical bay? I've cut through along here to roughly to where I was before, which was about here, just because I need to continue on, but I need to cut away the sides so I can actually start emptying things. I don't know where the next piece goes to, so that goes all the way through to... Ah, here. So this is the actual cut-off point for it. Okay, interesting and good to know. Because that's actually... That's an important thing to know. Yeah, so let's try that again. Yeah, it goes to there. Okay. So the other thing I think I need to do is, because this piece goes connected here, I think I need to remove these pieces as well that might be holding it on. It might not be. But you know what this game is like. You just never know. So I might as well bring them down just to be on the safe side. I'm aware that there's rescue boats under here, so I'm trying to disconnect these as well. So I can get them out once the other piece comes out. And apparently I'm not allowed over. And that's interesting. I've disconnected that and it's not falling, so... That's the typical small side pieces having their moment. Okay, so that... Get that out. I'm wondering if I can then get this out. Right, so it's not. It's this piece at the bottom, right? So we need to get this out at least. Right, so the next piece is the floor piece is still holding it on, which is fair enough. That's fair. Okay, let's go. Clean some of this out so I can actually see what I'm doing here. So I can separate these. Hopefully get some of these out. Can't I get that out? Right, I haven't broken the other connector yet. Luck, we can get this side piece out here. We can then get this broken piece out, which means... And then... just have to keep throwing in that general direction. And then we can get that piece out, which is going to allow us to move back properly, which is what's stopping us at the moment. So let's give it a chance to disconnect. There might be a bit over here still. Yeah, there is. Okay, hang on. That's fine. And then if we cut here. Yes. The question is that the piece that we needed? Or is it the piece below? We're gonna find out. Let's just jump onto the sharp, jaggy metal. Let's go for it. Let's just, you know, New form of enema. I don't think it is. I think it's that piece that needs to be disconnected.
हेलो, क्या हाल है?
Is poopies. Right, so we've got one more piece to disconnect. Oh crap! Okay. Hey, bit of a fight, but we're gonna do it. What I do need to check is the other side, actually. Because if I go and do this and it separates... Do we have wall? Yeah, we've got walls holding everything up by the looks of it. So I think we're okay. I think there's walls underneath holding everything up, so... Here. It's still not moving. It might be this last connector here. Yes, there we go. Now, can that go? Yes! Yes, 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 yes! Finally! The one piece that we needed out is out. It's only taking me an hour to get it out, but I've got it out.
क्या आपके पास कोई जहाज है?
Let's grab a few things that have been knocked over. It's all the stuff that got dropped from the side. Right, let's do box cleanup while we're here, right? Because this is messy. Got the last one cleaned up, so let's time to head up and start doing more sort of clearing. I'm not even sure where I need to clear to. I might take this panel off. It's more of an angle for the swoop down drop. It's not a sharp drop to the truck below as such. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I know what I mean by that. Can't do anything about that beam bit. Okay. Go have a look. So where did that piece go across to? That's the big question, isn't it? Here. Here, we got to here, right? So this is the piece we got to. Wall-wise. Okay. So the up floating. This is the equivalent, I think, here. Okay. Alright, good to know. Let's go straight up here. So there seems to be missing pieces. Seems to be changing back and forth as to what's on each side, and yeah, it's a little interesting, I think. So we need to free up this side, right? So let's go along and do that. Alright, well, it didn't go, but that could be because it's got another layer that needs to be cut first. Let's have a look. I don't think there's going to be much. I was using the magnet, so that's an interesting visual glitch. Let's have a look. What have we got? Okay. And this piece isn't even here. Let's have a look. Looks like there's some kind of turret over there. Is it there? Is that it? Is that... There. Ah.
Hello, क्या हाल है?
Okay. So where does the next cut for this happen? Is that it there? Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay. That's that piece separated. So then we've got the next bit to think about. Which again, I think I kind of have to work my way along. It's kind of the same a little bit each time. It's just annoying that there's not an easy cut to it and I have to keep taking tons of walls out to actually get to it. But I mean, it could be worse. I mean, we've had a lot worse before. I think it just feels like I'm not this particular ship is not as big as it is. It's not overly wowed me. Like there's nothing in it that's made me. I mean, I think other than the hangar decks, which look kind of cool, and the parts of and the parts of planes to pick up and things, that's kind of neat. But I think other than that, I don't think this ship is particularly wowed me in any way. I don't feel like I'm like, this is really neat. I think it's interesting, but I think it just feels like they took like, it feels a bit like they took the combination of some of the other ships and put them together. So there was one ship, one of the warships we did, we had to run along and take all the pieces off the side. Feels a bit like that merged with the big cargo container one that we did, but had the 3 big squares. But instead of it being crate holdings, it's not flight decks, but you know what I mean. It's aircraft carrying, like it's hangars, and I think it just feels like they've combined those two ships kind of together a little bit, not completely. I don't know. Maybe this is some people's favorite, and I don't want to poop on something that might be people's favorites, but it's just, for me personally, not even close to my favorite. This is probably going to be one of these ones that's really big and really fidgety, and I'm really, for the size of it and the hassle of it, not that impressed. And I can't even say it's all the lag, because that's kind of died away for some. That's kind of disappeared now. So my system's decided apparently it can handle it. So hey ho. Yes, I can't even comment as to what it is. I think I could have quite happily skipped this one. It wouldn't have bothered me. But it's good to see it. From a positive perspective, let's be positive. It's good to see it and get a feel for more. I just feel like they've taken a load of elements from some of the other ships and put them together a little bit. Yeah, they've got some, at least, I think they've got a few new assets in it with some of the munitions and stuff, which is interesting. I think that's all I can really say about it, is it's sort of interesting. It feels, but it's like I've said before, I think you don't need them to be massive for them to be fun. You don't, you know, it'd still be interesting. You can still do that without having extremely giant ships. But I get that an aircraft carrier is a big ship, so, you know. My cat's meowing, so if you're hearing any weird meowing in the background, it's probably not your cat, it's probably mine. I think she's just been let out, but I think she's decided, nah, she decided she didn't want out. She's got back in, but she does this all the time. Because she's got into the habit of when she was coming in, she was getting treats. So unfortunately now that she goes out, she thinks if she comes straight back in, she's going to get given something. And so she goes out and then meows to get back in about 3 seconds. And I've got a rule of if she's gone out, unless there's very good reason to come back in, she stays out for at least 30 minutes. To discourage her from the in and out trick that she was trying to get extra treats. I'd like to add, I didn't build that habit with her. My dad did, because she used to. She was technically my dad's cat. He couldn't take her when he moved to his new place, so yeah, she stayed with me. But yeah, no, she didn't get away with that with me. I don't have the patience for that. I'm like, I'm not getting up and down every 2 seconds. And the going in and out all through the night. Like, she used to meow to get in at all hours of the night. And my dad would get up and let her in. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm not getting up at 2 in the morning to let her in. And then let her back out again at 4 in the morning. And then let her back in again at 6 in the morning. If I go to bed and she's in, she stays in. If I go to bed and she's out, she stays out. Now, before anybody goes, oh, the poor cat, she's an indoor-outdoor cat. She has a space dedicated outside that's dry and warm. So she's fine with her own little sort of bed in it. She's got an outdoor sort of protective space. She also spends a lot of time next door. Next door kind of, she tends to go in their house, and more than often she'll sleep next door. Like, she's kind of managed to, make next door think she's adorable, and they like to sort of take care of her as well. And I don't mind, because, you know, somebody else giving her attention, and it's not always me. So I mean, still mine in the sense of I care for her, and all the vets and all that stuff goes through me. But no, I don't mind. Share and share alike. They love her, and I think that's all that matters, as long as they love her. You know, I'm not gonna deny people the chance to. They don't have the ability to keep a pet themselves permanently, so, you know, why not let them enjoy the love that the cat can give? But I don't see the problem with that. As long as we're watching how much food she's getting and how many treats she's getting, so that she doesn't get overweight or any things that she shouldn't be getting that could cause, you know, tummy issues. I don't see the issue with it. I'm not that selfish that I'm like, no, it's my cat, how dare you. I understand it with dogs, when you're doing training with dogs and the dog is nervous or anything like that, or even an aggressive cat or any animal like that. I get it in that situation, but she's not like that, so. In fact, she loves it. Like, I'll be honest, I think if she could migrate next door, she probably would. What have we got here? Do a bit of cleanup and then have a look. She's really giving it wild outside. The only thing is she has a beef going with one of the other neighbourhood cats, so it could be that the other neighbourhood cat has wandered past and she wants in to avoid it. She used to kind of rule the roost. She was the dominant cat in the neighborhood for a long time, but she's getting a bit older now, and I think she's not as young as she once was. So I think she has a harder time keeping up with the younger cats in terms of when it comes to fights and stuff. I've had to clean her nose up a few times. She's had a few good scratches in her ears. It's usually her ears, unfortunately. Before anyone goes, oh, but then you should just keep her in and make her an indoor cat. Yeah, have you ever tried to keep a cat that likes going outside indoors? Yeah, no, that doesn't happen. Ever. Cats that like to go outdoors are absolutely 100% not having any of that. They'd be like, no, I think not. The piece. I don't know how I'm going to get to that piece. Okay, how do we... Oh, come on. Go any further forward, I'm going to fall off. This is not easy. Have to jump and weld, because, you know, that's how you do it in real life. It looks like there's a wee piece there I can stand on. Maybe there's a wee piece there I can stand on. I don't think so. Maybe not. I don't know if I can jump to that piece. No. It's a bit of a nightmare. I don't even know if I hit that there. How are you supposed to do that? That's... Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to do that. It looks like there's a little piece of metal sticking out, but I can't seem to land on it, so I don't know. I think I'm doing bits of it each jump, so it's gonna be a long... Come on. You can see the piece of metal. I think you're meant to be able to stand on that, but I can't seem to get over to it, so... Yeah, I don't know how you're meant to get to that, because I can't seem to get to that piece of metal. I don't know if you are meant to be able to stand on that, or if that's a piece that's just bad physics. This is badly designed, and I'm not impressed. There we go. There is a piece of metal you can stand on. I just couldn't hit it for some random reason. When I needs to go deal with that cat. She's gonna drive me crazy if I don't. She's really out there crying, so it might be that she's seen the other cat and she's not happy. 2 seconds. I take it back. She was not outside. She was at my office door crying to be let outside so she can go hunt things. Or more likely go next door for some treats. Right. Let's even get these sides down. I don't think I've disconnected any of these sides, but I'll have a look. No, I didn't think I had. I thought it was just that one. I do this every time. I've struggled to find the keys to. Right. A lot of mess down here. Let's pick some of this up. Probably should be where I should set the magnet and then walk away and do other stuff, but you don't think to do that until you've kind of picked everything up, do you? Right. So this is kind of the floor I need to drop everything to. I don't think there's anything on above that. I'm going to take a quick look. I think there's these pillars to come out. On the deck above, yeah. Okay, so let's go along and clear some of this out, because I think the next thing is dropping the roof above here. I'll have a quick look. Instead of picking it all up, I'm going to take a quick look. See if there's anything that's concerning. Nope, we're good. And then what I might do is drop it all and then use the magnet. To be honest, I'm not that fussed by this ship. I'm not that fascinated by it, and I think I'm not even that curious with it. I think I just want to do it. So let's just run along and drop this, shall we? Spicy walls at the back. I can't deal with them. Do the sides though. Interesting, it didn't fall. interesting that it didn't fall. Surely it should have. Interesting that it didn't. There you go.
مجالسی वहाँ आऊँगा. क्या आपके पास कोई जहाज है?
Start taking off the pillars.
हेलो, क्या हाल है? क्या आपके पास कोई जहाज है?
I'm waiting for those to get picked up. I'll just grab some more stuff that's on this deck. I know I can't reach this just yet, but I might as well just clear it while I'm going.
मजालसी वहाँ आऊँगा.
I'm gonna get one of them
कोई
out.
बात नहीं.
Might just take the rest of the panels away, because that way I can just get everything out that's on this floor. I can't go all the way back because of the them, but I can certainly do some of them. Right, let's cut the rest of these pieces out and then we can clear this area. Right, so let's get these out.
हम संपर्क में रहेंगे. कोई बात नहीं.
Right.
मजालसी वहाँ आऊँगा. हेलो, क्या हाल है? क्या आपके पास कोई जहाज है?
I think...
हम संपर्क में रहेंगे.
Well, there's just even more back here. Looks like the massive chunk of the ship is hollow on the inside because it's where all the planes were stored. I couldn't think of the word there. I could not think of the word plane there. My brain was like, the flyy things that have wings and, you know... But then my brain went flap flap and I was like, no, they don't flap, Becky. Well, they have flaps, but they don't flap. I was like... I'm clearly getting tired again. My brain has just decided it doesn't want to be normal and have standard English conversations. It's decided it just wants to talk in weird toddler conversations. Which, to be fair, you know, I've never had a conversation with a toddler. They're pretty interesting. Kids really do see the world in a different way, as especially toddlers. My great niece is 2 in a few months, and yeah, one of my great nieces is 2 in a few months, and yeah, absolutely, she's so adorable, and she's just learning to speak. And we were out last week actually, and she's learned to say my name, which was so cute. It started out as Bibby, and then eventually, with a bit of practice, she did get Becky, and it was like, oh, that's so cute. She says it very sweetie as well, which is, you know, because she's just learning to talk. So, oh, I love it. It's too cute. It's just too cute. It kills me. Nice, that was nice.
हेलो क्या हाल है मैं जल्द ही वहां आऊंगा
Alright. Right, so when I hit this bit, this won't collapse because there's still, I think, oh no, maybe it will. Oh no, because there's still that piece. I was gonna say there's a few pieces still kind of holding it together, so it won't complete, this side won't collapse like the other one will, but we will get to do so. So what we need to do is take out that piece in the middle, which is here. I think if I go up, let's have a look. How can I? Okay. Where is the piece that's... I see it, okay. I need to have my hammer up to try hit it as I go past it. There you go. So it's just this holding it up, I think, now. There we go. Right. We're getting close to being done with this side. Just need to... Still a bit under here to do. But we're getting much closer. I'm tempted to go along and take some more of this down. Before we move on, because the lower bits are all going to be where all the heavy elements are, and I feel like if we clear the open pieces, it might be easier. But it's about, like you say, a huge part of why I was doing it this way was because it was about how I reached the truck. So... as long as the top's flattish, I can run along the top and throw it over. Which is not too bad. I mean, I could release this front piece to give a better throw angle. Because, I mean, this side is, I mean, if you look at that, there's practically nothing on that side. And then that side's got a little bit. That side's probably got more, but if you look at it, probably the next piece goes to... yeah, here. It's probably going to be this. This is probably going to be it. I mean, it might be worth just dropping all of them. What I am going to do, guys, though, is take a break, because I've been doing this for 4 hours now today, and I am getting quite tired. And we've said before that instead of pushing on and pushing myself to the point that I start to struggle because I'm so tired, it makes more sense to stop and take breaks. And I think that's where I've been making mistakes previously, is that I've been pushing through 8 hours, 10 hours and just doing it and getting it done. But then I struggle more and more as it goes on, and because I struggle more and more as it goes on, I either get grumpier or I get tired or you know, and it's not as entertaining, and I don't feel like I'm as entertaining, and I think and for me, I don't enjoy it as much when I've been doing it for too long. So I think this is a good spot to leave. I'm going to do a bit of cleanup here. And then I think I will leave this part here. Not this part. Leave this evening here and then pick this up. Again, for you guys, provided I'm not splitting the video at this point, you shouldn't see any difference. You just see me go straight into the next part. But obviously, for me, I will go rest up. So yeah, looking quite good. We're getting there. I think we're probably close to the halfway point. Let me go have a look. I think maybe not. I don't know. Halfway would be what? There was 3 pillars. Halfway's probably yeah, so halfway would be if we took those bit down. That would be the halfway point. But I don't think it's as much halfway as we think, because the front bit had a lot of stuff in it, and if you look, the whole back end is kind of empty. So I don't think I think it was front end heavy in terms of rooms. So I think we've actually done, in terms of length of the ship, we've maybe not done, we're not at the halfway point, but in terms of the actual ship and its contents, you might be about halfway through. You guys, that's me yawning. That's my way, my brain telling me it is time to take a break for the evening, for sure, because it is now, like I said, I've been doing it for 4 hours and it's the better part of 11 o'clock here, so yep, time to go to bed. Alright, where did we get to? I think we've just taken down some of it. Not gonna lie, guys, the game decided to fatal error as it was loading in, and I was panicking we weren't going to be able to get it to load in, but luckily, it has decided to grace us with a load in. So, not gonna lie, there was a moment of, uh-oh. I was like, this could be a problem. But it worked finally. So, right. What I might do is bring down these layers here. So we can start dropping this roof. So I think that's first on the list. Alright, I think we've got the majority of that now. I'm going to jump back round to the other side because it's easier to see it from the other side. Oh, I've had to do a bit of manoeuvring, you see, so not so easy. Right. Right, I've missed the odd one. That's fine. Which we knew I would. You never get it perfect. There you go. Apparently I'm not allowed that one. Actually, I find, see those curved walls? They are the hardest for seeing what you have and haven't hit in terms of the bolts. It's like they hide behind. So do the slanted ones. See the ones that are sort of like slant outwards at the top? They often, you can't see the bolts in them. You just have to guess where they are. And you usually hit them if you swing, but... Alright. Falling through also works, Becky. Pick that back up. Get back out of here. The piece. Knock that. Oh, no, it just picked up right. I did spot something down here that's going to need to be sorted by crane. Don't know if I need to get this. I might need to get this bit off first. Let's see. Off you go. And we can get this cut away. I think I need to go up to throw. All the swear words. Right, there we go. Let's cut this away. There we go. I'm gonna drop down here. There we go. And run round. Okay, I'm trying to see. Trying to work out what I need to cut away. This is the problem. I don't know where the next cut point is. I think I saw it. It's over here somewhere. I saw it over here somewhere. Yeah. Okay, so it's where that ledge is. That's the next cut point, which is fair. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this by going backwards through here. I'm going to have to cut away the edges anyway to be able to get the floor out to drop to the sides. So let's do this sensibly. I know, who wants to do sensible? It's boring. Oh. Can't see anything. There we go. Well. This is where we get the problems, because on each side now there's a lot of holes, so this is where it's going to get more interesting for dismantling purposes. Alright, so close. So we've got these bits cut away, and I've kind of cut away the edges up to here. I need to jump over and finish up to the cut point. Not sure if it'll move, but we'll see. Probably not. I probably need to disconnect this bit as well. There you go. Too many things. Too many things. I'm going to drop that down there. Should I collect the beam? I can't collect the beam. The beam's not part of it. Right. Jump up here. And so this is the cut point back, what, here? Yes, here. Or I can just miss again. That works too. Right. Yes. Okay, so I think we're going here. What this'll affect it? It looks like it's floating, doesn't it? I wonder if I was to cut the roof. Wonder if I can... So that there. Ah, here. Oh! The answer to that is yes, because that front bit just went. And then can we disconnect? Hate jumping and hitting it. It's not always the easiest to get timing right. Oh. All right. Ooh. Right. Okay, so we've got all of that to drop away, and we've cut away this. So if we cut down here, theoretically, physics should kick in. Now, this game, who knows? But it might do, and it might not. You know? Ah, man, I could go a pizza crunch supper. I'll be good not, but I don't know if you guys know what a pizza crunch is. So I don't know if that's just a Scottish thing, English thing, British thing. I don't know. It's so you can either take like a quarter or half. They usually use older pizza, like pizza that hasn't sold. But usually, and these days though, often they make the pizza specifically for it. But the idea being it's like just like a plain pizza, or it might be a pizza with a little bit in it. But the idea being it's usually just cheese pizza. And then they cut it in half. Quarter, I tend to get quarter piece because it's a lot of calories. And then they batter it and deep fry it. Yes, you heard me. And it's called a pizza crunch because obviously it's pizza with a crunchy outer batter. I can't even describe in words how tasty it is. I mean, I'm not a big fan of, I mean, I know there's like the joke about the Scottish, like we apparently deep fry Mars bars, which by the way is bollocks. I think there's like one chippy somewhere on the East Coast that does it as a joke. But yeah, I'm not necessarily a massive fan of that kind of thing, but there's just something, I think there's something about deep fried bread. I mean, I think that can be said for, like, you know, when you have your fried bread and breakfasts, which quite sadly you don't often get up here. That's more of a fried bread with breakfasts is more of a, you know, on your like your full breakfast that you can order. That's more of an English thing, which breaks my heart because fried bread, yeah. Like I say, not necessarily like I wouldn't thank you for a trip to the chippy. I'm not that overly fussed by them. I'm not someone who loves that kind of thing. It's not necessarily my thing. There's just specific cookies. There's just certain things that just taste good, and that's one of them. Pizza. Oh, for love of Pete. Well, that's gonna get interesting because I can't go over there. my dad loves a chippy, but that's not true. My dad just loves chips in general. I mean, yeah, there's the old joke that we just love anything with potatoes, and I get that. No, my dad, he would eat chips with every single meal if he was allowed, other than the calorie content. I'm not that fussed. I prefer rice. To be honest, I'd rather eat rice, but, rice or pasta. But, yeah. I don't know. Each to their own, I guess. How are we doing this? Right, so I don't know how these come out. There's going to be one that goes all the way through, isn't it? And I'm not going to be able to get it out until... Where is it from the piece that's moved? I think it's... Oh, it's after it. Okay, so that's good. That's handy. That's less worrisome. Cut down along where that beam is. Might make life a little easier. Interesting. I might do is go up here. Drop all the way back on either up along. So here. Yeah, because that's a ledge I can't get to. That's part of the thing, so that's fine. I'm aware I'm throwing the boxes, guys, but it's just too fidgety right now to get to the truck, so I'm just... trying to make a clear section so it's well away from the edges. Right. And that's the edge, right? Look at that, it looks buckled. That's quite neat. Like how, I know it's not, I know the whole side is, but it looks like that's bent out and buckling that. That's what it does look like a tiny bit, which is quite neat. Alright. Trying to cut away stuff as we go so that we can try access... There, that cut the bit. Yeah, I can. Right, okay. It makes sense to kind of do it. It's kind of difficult because bits of it are missing. It's hard to work out, you know, where you think things should be and... Okay, spit now. I think this takes us to the floor of the hangar. Yes, okay. Which was kind of what we were aiming for. Okay. Clear some of this up. There we go. Okay, so can we bring this bit down? Oh, that was lovely.
क्या आपके पास कोई जहाज है? हम संपर्क में रहेंगे। हेलो, क्या हाल है? कोई बात नहीं। मैं जल्द ही वहां आऊंगा।
Let's pick as much of that up as we can. All right. Yes, the save functionality is not working while the crane is working. That felt slower because the crane slowed it down. That was weird. Okay. Up some of these. It's mostly just sort of industrial storage spaces, isn't it, really, for the cargo bays. Alright, looking good, looking good. So if I jump down here, I should be able to pull all of this side out now. I'll go and grab some of the stuff that the magnet missed. So let's see what we can get released from this side, shall we? That can go. And that can go. And then that piece underneath is not there, so... alright.
क्या आपके पास कोई जहाज है? हेलो, क्या हाल है?
So the next thing to do is the equivalent on this side, but this side's going to be more complicated because it's more built in, I think. Maybe get this released as well. there'll be more cut points for that, probably. Yeah, it's fine. Well, actually, I think the side there needs to come out before you can pull them out. I think that's what we worked out with the last one as well, wasn't it? Alright. I love how there's a few bits that I've just randomly missed that I can no longer get. Like pipe edges. Pipe corners are always the same. I should have knocked them down and I didn't, but that is what it is. Not gonna lose sleep over it. Okay. So this is to here. So let's start to here first. So obviously some kind of munition storage. Open that wall up so that I've just got more space for throwing and stuff. That's all. I just want to make it as easy for myself as possible. My voice decided to go. Okay, so I'd already cleared that out. That's right, that was like a possible space, wasn't it? Storage bay. Storage bay. Okay, what's in here? A bunk of some kind? A bunk room? Wire and a chair with a heavy light. Torture room. It's a torture room. And the bunk room next to it is the torturer's lair because, you know, who doesn't love sleeping next to their work? You are if you're that kind of person. So let's cut away. Well, first off, we'll release the side. So let's go through, cut all this down so we can pop the sides. Look at that. I didn't even need a door to get to his torture chamber. He just had to squeeze through there. No one has to know where he is. I mean, if you're gonna do it right. Alright, let's pop this bad boy. Oh, didn't mean to throw that. Oh, the fun of the cleanup. Right. At least we got the sides popped though, because that's going to give me more visibility to working through what needs to get dropped to be able to move, because there's stuff under here that needs to come out. So this is where we need to be careful, because I want to lose all of that, but I mean, I might have already by taking off the other side. It might be too late, but as it is, you know. Alright, let's release the sides here. Next to the section that we're trying to drop at. Okay. Oh, nope, round you go, round you go. There we go. Shoot! There you go. There you go. That's it. Little half pieces, like holding on for dear life by their absolute nails and being like, no, I'm not going. I will stay till the end of time. Thanks, game. Hey, nice. That piece released. I wonder why I'm releasing these as well. It's to get anything potentially that's underneath out as well. Because I think these kind of run over. So I'm trying to make sure that we're able to release the bolts that are underneath. what I'm going to do is I'm going to go pull that side, because I think I'm going to need that off to release the boats. So let's do this. I know I'm on a boat. It's not a point. Well, I'm on a ship, I think. A boat is a smaller one, isn't it? I'm on a vessel of some kind. Yeah, to release the lifeboats, or what I assume are lifeboats. Can we... I don't know if that's... I think we're okay on the side. I think it's just here. Right, okay, so let me up here. So I need to bring this down. So... I don't know if there's anything over here. Let's take a look. And disconnect, like we did last time, disconnect these sides. Let's see if we can get these out, right? Don't know when I need to remove those little bits. We'll find out. Oh, daughter. Let's move away from what's coming out. There we go. All coming away quite nicely. I'm feeling a little nervous because I feel like going, this hasn't been overly complicated at this point. I mean, it's been fidgety, but not overly complicated, so what's the game up to? Am I just pessimistic on that front? Am I too paranoid after some of the other vessels have thrown at us? I do feel like I get a little pessimistic sometimes because I'm like, this just feels too easy, this could be a problem. But this one hasn't really been easy. It has and it hasn't. It's been fidgety. Which is not the same as complex, need to think it through before things drop. Which it might be, and I've just not really... So let's be honest, I haven't really poked ahead and taken a look like I normally would do, but I break something, I break something. I'm not massively inspired by this one, and I think it's interesting in terms of it's been nice to see like having the plane parts and stuff like that. That's been cool. I think in general, and like having like the hangar deck and the you know, the flight deck and stuff, that's been kind of neat. But I don't know. I feel like actually that's really cool in terms of looking at, but more fidgety for taking apart. I mean, if it's your favorite ship, great, but for me, I'm just finding it fidgety, and that's a bit more annoying. All right. Another floor released. That's what we want to know. That's what we want. We want tiny little squeeze through there. Squeeze along. Assuming this would have all been storage areas. Alright. Let's do what we've been doing. Oh. So satisfying just watching it go. It didn't drop anything, didn't pop, but it's still satisfying to watch, to be honest. Right. Let's pick some of this up. So we are now back to the level we want to be at. So let's see what's on this level. Let's have a look. Storage stuff. And a giant bloody hole. And probably would have been another storage space. So I might have cleaned it off already. Or the magnet did. Let's take those two sets of walls down as well. Let's do that. Okay. Taken to the sides, and I have also split this bit here, which means if I run along here, I should be able to drop this. Now, again, this is dependent on the physics working, but let's try it. Alright, let's give it a go. Oh, that was satisfying.
हेलो, क्या हाल है? मैं जल्द ही वहां आऊंगा। क्या आपके पास कोई जहाज है?
We've got the wibbles. We've got the wibbles. The wibbly wobbles. Ooh, two in a row scared the crap out of me. Alright, it's underneath, to be honest. And start by separating the side. We have the floor separated, so whoa, that's interesting. So let's go and pull them down and see how we do. So much crap out here. All right. I think this is technically 2 sections along that we've done. We just haven't done the underneath layers for yet. Nervous about what's going to collapse if I haven't done it in a certain order, but I don't think my brain... I enjoy this game. I do enjoy this game, and there's been some amazing builds in this that I've absolutely loved. This is just not one of them. So I think for me, I'm like, I just kind of want to get through it. Like, for myself, not just for you guys, not so it's a case of, oh, well, I put the video up. Also for myself to say I did it. I've done it. I like to see every part of a game. And every level that there is to offer. So from my side, yes, I want to see it. But I'm not going to, because it's not necessarily one that I'm like, wee, over. It's a case of just going to get through it, really. Right. I think this level has... Yeah, it's got tons of heavy elements in that we need to sort of take out. not quite sure how to approach this one. I think that's maybe also my feelings towards this one, is I've not... It's like, remember that one I did before that I just couldn't fathom a battle plan for it. I just couldn't get my head around the best way to do it. And I think I probably feel the same way about this one. So my negative connotations towards it might be more to do with my inability to get my head around it and less to do with the actual ship. Which is entirely possible. It is entirely possible. I think because I plan myself on being, I pride myself on being quite a logical, methodical person. It's part of, it's built literally into my job. So, you know, patterns and best strategies to do things and efficiency and all these other things. So I think for me, when I don't find something that falls right, it's frustrating for me. It's not done anything right, it's just me. So it probably is part of it, is why I'm feeling that way a touch. Because it's not conforming with what I want it to do. It's not aligning with my vision. And I think that's bothering me, you know? Randomly still up. Okay, that's because this piece is there. Okay. What do we got here? Sort of empty-esque spaces. Nothing else up here that's a concern at this level. Okay. That's just a side. That doesn't mean not beyond those walls, obviously. So what have we got to get out? So let's get these out, right? I actually feel the way I've been doing it this last little bit has felt more like it falls into the way I would do it, which is making it feel a bit nicer, actually. I will say that. I think it feels a bit more normal. So I'm hoping that it was more the front of the ship that was irking me. Right, there's nothing here. I'm gonna go through the middle. So there's nothing there holding it up. There's nothing, not holding up, nothing there that's heavy element aspect. So none of these right back to here are heavy element aspects. That's fine. So we can... got the heavy elements that were at this level. So now what we can do is run back and separate, right? Is that down? All the way up here. You random bits. Can we get that out? Yes, we can. always nice when you're just like, oh, that'll just come out without any hassle. Love it. I do like to go one step in as well where I can, because I feel like sometimes that just helps move away from the edge. So this is the bit we've been trying to get out. So what I'm going to do is separate to it. Okay. Interesting. Ooh, very interesting. Okay, okay. Alright, let's get these little bits out. There, go back a bit further. There we go. And let's cut this. This is this side. I'm not worried yet because there's stuff here all holding it all together, so it's still connected at the front, so I'm not worried about these pieces. I might need to take down some of this to get into it. Alright. Okay, carrying too much, so I need to go through this. But that is the sidey bits that we need to get down so that we can run along and remove the floor. Right, I'm going to do, again, as we've worked our way up to this piece, so I am going to cut through, and then that's already cut, so that's fine. What I'm going to do is jump out here and take away this, like so. Okay, and then the same here. Cut across at the back. And now we can run down the sides. Yeah, I think that's good, right? But what I can see is something here that needs to come out. So what I might do is drop the ceiling here. Get this bit out. So that I can get the... Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here. Get that little piece that I can see out. There. Yes, okay. I don't know if I saw anything else, but that's definitely the one piece I did see. Right. Right, so we've pulled the sides. It won't collapse because there's floors below holding it all up, but that's fine. What we can then start doing is working in sections to release sections so that we can get things out, essentially. Like that. Don't know if there's anything under here. Let's take a look. Oh. Fell through. Empty spaces. Well, no, they wouldn't have been empty. The magnets can have picked things up. I can see at least one heavy element. Heavy object. Heavy elements or something on the periodic table, Becky. Ah. I know you guys knew what I meant.
हम संपर्क में रहेंगे.
I think it calls them support. Heavy element support, actually, doesn't it? So when you break it, it says the support's gone, so heavy element support destroyed. But I think actually the game does call them heavy elements, doesn't it? Not heavy objects. Not at all trying to justify my total wrong word usage, but it's not the point. Let's get these out.
जल्द ही बाहर आऊंगा.
Not my intention. And I got that one out already, didn't I? So... yes, so this whole bit of the front is now clear. What have we got further back? So further back we have... nothing. Box... container spaces... there's nothing supported here. Nothing supported here. Nothing, nothing, nothing. And let's have a look through it. So we've got heavy element there. What have we got on this side? So you've got boxes. Already cleaned out the thing that was there. And that's it. So there's one heavy element left. Why did that not go? Maybe it didn't click it.
कोई जहाज है.
Curiosity. So let's get that one heavy element out. And then we can potentially just run through here and drop it. That's on the lower level. It's not on this level. So this is the one that's on this level. On top of it. There we go, that should get that out. That's all the heavy elements. We're 2 sections back actually, so we should be able to just drop all of this if I can not lose my temper. It's that right there. It's pieces that fallen through. That's fine. I'm like, first things first, we need to free up the ability to go down the sides, right? So let's do that. All right. Oh, maybe not. Oh, missed one. There you go. You always miss one, didn't you? All right. Cut that while we're going. Right, so I have cut through. So now I should be able to remove the side pieces. I'm just trying to do a little bit of cleanup so I can actually see them. You know, because I hear that helps. I mean, who knows, to be honest. Right, so we should be able to just run down now and release these edges. Right. Side detached and middle bit detached. So I think the only thing left now is the other side. So let's... I'm not having a good evening. All right. Apparently I've also turned into a snake. Right, so the same here. Let's remove the sides and then we can assess the floor. Alright, let's pop it. Interesting. Wondering if there's a little half piece at the end holding it all up. Yeah, there is. Yeah. Pretty. Pretty.
कोई बात नहीं हम संपर्क में रहेंगे मैं जल्द ही बाहर आऊंगा हेलो क्या हाल है क्या आपके पास कोई जहाज है
One further back.
हम संपर्क में रहेंगे कोई बात नहीं
Right. Lovely. Right, once it's done that, I'm going to head to the front and do some of the pickup for what the magnet has missed. Here, might grab some of this. I still think that sounds like the truck wheels going too much weight rather than the magnet, but yeah. Nice. Okay, where's the next cut points for this? Out here. There doesn't seem to be any cut points on the... This seems to be, doesn't seem to be like, yeah, Seems to be floor piece. Oh, that's cool. Which won't get picked up, I think, by the magnet. It's a lot of coal. Oh. But, well, it's a steamship, so yes. They run on it, so I imagine yes. Is there more cut points? Like, no, there's the cut point, so there might be something under there. Yes. I'm a bit nervous that I can crawl through under there. I was going to pick any. No, I didn't pick any of that up. Means the other ones might not either.
क्या आपके पास कोई जहाज है?
Wait the way of that. Mm-hmm.
हम संपर्क में रहेंगे। मैं जल्द ही वहां आऊंगा।
All the coal. Nice. Get that out, maybe? We might not be able to because there's still a thing due over it, so I can go.
क्या आपके पास कोई जहाज है?
Another cut point here. Yes, there is. And the question is, can I? Yes. It's all coming together now. Well, coming apart, but intended.
कोई बात नहीं।
Nice. Should be another cut point here. Yes, okay. Let's get out of the way of that. I don't know. I don't know if anything happens if you're under the magnet. I don't know. Okay. That, get off the crane element. Okay. Oh no, that's because I've... Yeah, no, wrong side. Must have already had some at the back and I just couldn't see the invisible image thing. I know invisible image sounds good because invisible, but you know what I mean, the see-through, opaque. Not opaque, that's the other way. Transparent.
Hello, क्या हाल है?
That's not bad actually. It's taken about 1 hour and 40 to get the rest of these 2 sections down. Which is, yeah, so we did, what, 4 hours yesterday, 2 hours the day before, so we're 6. So we're now at 7.5 hours. I did say 10, maybe 12. I mean, this is crazy. This is not this, the time this was. But then again, we've had this conversation before that if I'm not in a rhythm, I struggle to get it done quicker, so it takes me longer to do it, and therefore I'm not as efficient, and therefore it does take crazy amounts of time. I mean, so that's the argument. The argument is it that it's this big, or is it just that I'm struggling to do it, which will take longer? I mean, because that is a conversation or a slightly different point to make. It could be that I'm just not doing this the best way to do it. I mean, for the size of vessel it was going to be a minimum of 8 anyway. But I based on how long it took me to do the first bit, my estimate was 10 hours. And then a bit later, I was like, maybe 12. Still might be on the maybe 12. I mean, don't get me wrong, I got through this last bit fairly well, but... I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. Let's have a look. Let's pick some of this up. Before we think about going into the next section. Where are we? Let's have a look. Actually, physically we're halfway through. As in from one end to the other. But this is all, you can see it. It's all kind of empty on the inside. So... see? I think we're more than halfway. I think the physical size we're halfway, but I think the actual, there was more front end heavy, so I think we're further along than we appear. Maybe 2/3. In which case, might still do it in the 10 hours. Who knows? I'd like to do it in a lot less than 10. 9 would be nice, but I don't think I'm going to pull that off because that would be another hour and a half. And I don't think I'm going to be that efficient. And with those two sections finally completed, we're going to leave this part here, guys. There is more to come on this. We are only halfway through this particular vessel. It is the biggest one we've done. If you are enjoying, don't forget to give us a like and a subscribe, and your comments are always welcome. We love to know what you think. We'll see you in the next part. Enjoy all.